We met back in CompUSA when we were working retail many years ago.
We've been together for 19 years.
No, married 13 years. Yes. We just wanted plan B. We wanted something that we can fall back on, that's going to be ours, that we'd be able to push forward. I needed a truck. I needed a trailer. I needed clients. So it was a lot. It was overwhelming. I think that's pretty much with any business.
Love to have learned as kids is having this experience of watching a business grow. They sort of don't get to experience the whole, journey of a business.
These are all things that they've lived, they've experienced, and they know what we're going through. They know what the business is going through, and they see it growing. And maybe they don't appreciate it right now, but I just hope they appreciate it later. You're a dreamer. I'm the doer.
That if you could tell yourself something at this point when you started, what would you tell yourself?
Businesses are crazy. Our business is crazy, and it's a blast. Enjoy every minute of it. Put in the work, and the sales will come in, and just really enjoy it.
Welcome to the Founders Circle Podcast. I'm Denisa. I'm so happy to have you here. And to my side is my husband, Sean Borges. I'm so happy to have him here. But you might be wondering, Denisa, isn't this podcast about female entrepreneurship, womanhood, motherhood? And yes, it is. But I thought that it would be interesting to bring my husband on to give the perspective of someone that has witnessed my journey and has to put up with all of my ideas and how he has supported me through it all. Additionally, we also run Terramar Nursery together, and I thought we could delve into the dynamic of husband and wife running a business because I find it is interesting and I hope you will too. So without further ado, Sean, thank you for being here. I promise I haven't forced him to be here. How did we meet?
We met back in CompUSA when we were working retail many years ago.
And I was I think I had not gotten accepted to UF when we met, but shortly thereafter, I had accepted my my spot at UF. And so we have been married how long?
We've been married for 19, 20 years.
We've been together for 19 years.
No, married 13 years. Yes.
Yeah. And would you say I have always been ambitious?
Yes.
Would you characterize yourself as ambitious?
Yes and no. I knew that I'd be running a business some way, somehow. I just didn't know how I would get there.
But you didn't really know what kind of business.
Absolutely not.
Yeah. And
did you?
No, I didn't. No, I didn't. But I also had that feeling. I knew that I would own a business. I just didn't know what.
Which business?
I have so many ideas. When did you know that I was serious about starting a business? Did you ever feel like I was very serious about starting a business?
No.
When do you think that happened then? Was there a shift?
And when you were going to open a business? Or when we were going to open a business?
Either one.
2016. We started Terramar.
Yeah. By that time, I had already gone on my own. I was taking on clients, working somewhat part-time, but I was practicing as an attorney at that point.
Yeah, but are you back in calling class or?
No, that was before. We started Terramar after I left the litigation firm. Yeah. And what precipitated us starting a business?
Like, really?
No, maybe not like really, but...
Okay, well, the catalyst was?
Yeah.
We just wanted plan B. We wanted something that we can fall back on, that's going to be ours, that we'd be able to push forward. At least that's how I looked at it. I wanted something that we can work on together and that we can grow.
Yeah. And it was really hard at first because we had 2 kids by that point, and our son was probably less than 1 when we started, and we knew nothing about plants. So how did you start learning about the industry? And
Oh, shoot. That was Orlando Diaz. Kind of took me by the hand and was teaching me as much as he can shove in my head at the time. A tree and a palm was all green. They were all the same to me. But little by little, just kind of picked up the trade as best I can, and I'm still learning till today. You know, I lean on a whole mess of different people and literature that everything's constantly evolving and changing, and it's kind of it's entertaining. It's a challenge, but I enjoy it.
I think we're also at a point, or when we started, we were at a point that we had resources that perhaps other business owners didn't have, such as YouTube. I mean, YouTube was really becoming a thing. We could learn a lot of things that we didn't have access to. And I know that you're definitely a YouTube doer. You can watch basically anything and recreate it. And so we were very lucky in that regard as well.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. We live in the age of information. So if you're looking for something, it's out there on the internet, whether it's, changing a tire to growing trees.
Yeah. And what was the most difficult about starting the business?
Starting business was just taking the first step. You got to start somewhere. And I think that was kind of the toughest thing for me, because the uncertainty, you got to think about. I needed a truck. I needed a trailer. I needed clients. I needed material, dirt, pots, plant material to plant. So it was a lot. It was overwhelming. I think that's pretty much with any business.
And we started working together from the onset. Did you find that there was a transition period of trying to figure out how we were going to work together, or do you think that it just flowed from the beginning?
There's no figuring that out. We just kind of make things happen. Everybody knows their place, and I think we mesh really well. You know your strong suits, I know my strong suits, and we just push forward.
Yeah, and I think that we do a pretty good job at not stepping on each other's toes, but also really checking in with one another. If you have something going on that you maybe want to run by me, you do, and vice versa. And I think establishing each other's roles has been very beneficial, and not, stepping on each other's toes. Wouldn't you agree?
Oh, absolutely.
At the time that we started, we already had our first daughter and our second. What was it like, or what is it like? Because we're still definitely in the trenches of raising kids, trying to raise kids while also creating a business and running one. What do you think has worked for us?
I don't really know, because that's just something that's all the kids know. They've been with us since the beginning, planting and moving material. They've been with me, and you've gone with me to deliveries in Punta Gorda, West Palm Beach. I take them to pick up material, to look at material, tag material. Just yesterday, Sophia was walking the fields with me, tagging pigeon plums. Mm-hmm. So, I don't know. I never really thought about that. And I don't think the kids would know any different. They just grew up in it.
Yeah. If they were to watch this, what would be one thing that you would want them to be able to listen to and hear you say?
We're famous.
I don't think that's what I'm aiming for you to answer. No, really, what experience do you think would be beneficial for them to listen to?
I don't know if they should really listen or experience it, because I think that for the kids, like I said, they've grown up in it. They know what it's like to grind and go out there and walk the fields and experience the times that it's down, and experience the times when it's up. these are all things that they've lived, they've experienced, and they know what we're going through. They know what the business is going through, and they see it growing. And maybe they don't appreciate it right now, but I just hope they appreciate it later.
Yeah, I think that they will. I think that probably a lesson that we both would have loved to have learned as kids is having this experience of watching a business grow. Because so many kids in this day and age, which is not to their fault, they sort of don't get to experience the whole, journey of a business. They sort of, their parents are successful and they benefit from those parents' successes, but they don't really get to experience that. Our kids' trajectory is definitely not that. They've seen us from zero, and definitely we're not anywhere near where we want to be, but they've kind of gone even from in utero. And what you said is true. Like, I would take trips with you when we first started, and I had a huge belly, and I have memories of going, to Homestead, and there's so many potholes and my huge belly. And so they've really experienced that whole trajectory of our journey. And I hope that they too will understand the importance of hard work and building something that is important to you. I want to talk about how you deal with a person that is very ambitious, because I probably would characterize myself as being very ambitious, and that might be a turnoff for some, but I'm only talking about my own experience. I have never felt like you have tried to damper that characteristic of mine. Either you tune me out or you've learned to live with it. How has it been being with someone that is very ambitious? And I am a type of person that I'm like a maximalist for a lot of things, whereas you are not naturally.
That is true. You're a dreamer. I'm the doer. So it just works out. You're forced to be reckoned with. You're a freight train sometimes, and you just come with these ideas, and it's like spaghetti. You gotta throw it to the wall, see what sticks.
Yeah.
Most ideas don't stick.
But I think, how does that feel? Because I'm sure that causes anxiety in you.
Anxiety, overwhelming feelings. So no, you just gotta run with it. What are we gonna do? I just try and support you. See what happens. See where it goes.
Which you have, I think, from when we met. Really, you knew that I wanted to do certain things and accomplish certain goals, and you've been by my side through it all. So you've kind of seen my own journey.
Now.
Yeah, well, since Miami, really. Then we went to Gainesville.
Yeah.
What characteristics do you think make for a good entrepreneur?
You have to be a dreamer. You have to look past all the downs, all the slow times, and just know that, have that certainty that at the end of the tunnel, it's going to be light. It's going to be, everything and more that you ever wanted. And that's something that you strive for and hold on to. And without that, forget it. You can't do anything.
Yeah. And what do you do? I guess, what tools do you use or do you rely on when you don't see the light? Because sometimes I think that you don't see the light.
No, that's why I hold on to you.
Well, for people that don't have a me, I guess, what other tools do you think are helpful?
Go find a Denisa. You can't have this one. This one's mine.
Okay. Do you do anything else? Like, what do you think about when you are feeling that anxious?
For me, I just throw myself into work. If I'm doing something, idle hands are the devil's workshop. And that's kind of where, if I find myself just doing something, it kind of distracts me.
Mm-hmm.
So, at least, there's always something to do at the farm. There's always material to go pick up. There's always things to bump up. Right now we're trying to get pricing to run all brand new irrigation, so there's a lot to do, and with any business, I'm sure that there's always something you can do. You can grind, you can distract yourself and just push yourself to find that light.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think it goes back to knowing why you started the business.
Absolutely.
It's funny because we were talking about this. If somebody came to us and said, hey, we would give you X number of dollars, would you sell? And we had two very different approaches, I think. What was your response?
I don't remember what I say.
You were like really thinking about it.
Oh, yeah. It depends. The money's got to be good.
Yeah. Whereas, like, what was my response?
No.
Like, there was a hard no. Yeah. I think I really see our business as more than a business. I think it's an extension of our family and it's our legacy, where I think you view it like that too, but
yeah, but I'm more of a realist,
Yeah, you're more
I'm more of a practical money guy. If someone offers me a few $1,000,000, I can take that money and run, find another piece of land, set it up, do it all over again.
Well, obviously, I'm thinking as an attorney, I'm thinking about the non-competes and all this other thing. You're not really thinking about
They're just going to offer me cash. We're going to go.
Right. And then just start the same business again.
Go.
Unfortunately, the reality is it doesn't always work that way. You have certain requirements when you sell your business, like staying on and not creating
But if
a
they don't have an attorney.
Oh, got it. We're going to operate in the world of a dream. What do you think that if you could tell yourself something at this point when you started, what would you tell yourself?
Just push forward. Don't have any doubts. It'll all work out. Businesses are crazy. Our business is crazy, and it's a blast. Enjoy every minute of it. Put in the work. Call as many people as you can. Post as much as you can, and the sales will come in. And just really enjoy it.
Okay, and finally, the last question. What has been one of the proudest moments for our business that you can think of?
I think back in February of 2024, last year, when we finally got our own property. I think that was something huge for us. It's a big property, so we'll be able to kind of grow into it and provide us with a lot of opportunities, and grow more material and grow the business.
Perfect. Well, with that, thank you for joining me. I know that this is not something that makes you feel super comfortable, but you've been a good sport. And with that, thank you so much for joining in on this conversation. If you happen to find this helpful, please like and share, and I would love it if you can subscribe to the channel.